is, and then I like low bar on top of that, and then I like my setup low, even for low bar on top of that. So when I set these up, they're like nipple height. And I'm thinking about ordering like a Texas power bar because these just regular commercial gym Olympic barbells, they're not made super strong, so after a while they can get warped and stuff, and you'll find a couple of them are like heavier on one side than the other, and I don't like that. So I think soon I'm gonna buy like an Alico, a Reebok, or like a Texas power bar. What's up, dude?
What's going on?
Literally every time. I forget to put the knee sleeves on. No. I want to see if I can do this without having to take my shoes off. It might be doable. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Couldn't do that with SPDs. Alright, what's up guys? Today we're doing some pause squats. We're about 14 weeks out from this next meet. I'm getting super excited. I feel my energy coming alive. I'm hungry. I got laser focus starting to kick in now. I'm excited. And I'm going at these weights aggressively and tactically. I've been working a lot on technique on both bench pressing and squatting. Changing around my technique, constantly learning new things. So today we're doing pause squats again. We're basically restarting the cycle. You saw me do only 2 weeks of prior to the LA Fit Expo. Last time I did this about 3 or 4 weeks ago, you saw me hit a PR of 435 pounds in the pause squat with a super wide stance, and my depth was a little too high. Now that we're doing IPF, obviously my depth has to go below parallel, so I've been adjusting my technique a little bit. I've brought my stance in to become more narrow, just a little more narrow, because what was happening with the wide stance, I found that I would go down low, but if I wanted to break that IPF depth, there'd be some external rotation of my knee starting to occur, and it was just too wide basically, which is not good, that's not safe. So I brought my stance in a little bit more narrow, and in turn I've also focused on breaking at the knees a little bit more, making the knees travel a little bit further forward than they were originally. And this has helped me stay a little bit more upright, and it allows me to hit good IPF depth. So today we're working on hitting pause squats once again. Hopefully we'll at least be able to hit the same amount of weight just with IPF depth this time, and if we can go a little bit heavier, then that's awesome. Oh man, that new stance. I felt the sticking point, but I knew it wasn't the strength. I was getting used to the stance. I was like, I got this, just give me a second. So, 348 pounds, we're gonna break it down to, for working sets, 80%. And we're gonna do either 3 sets of 5 reps paused or 5 sets of 3 reps paused based on how strong and energetic we're feeling. So heavy singles went fine, got up to 435. I actually thought it was 440 on the bar, but it ended up being 435. So the exact same amount of weight that I did last time, but Depth was IPF depth this time, which is great. Obviously hit a little bit of a sticking point there, but even while I was in the sticking point, I knew it wasn't a strength issue, it was just a technique issue. So I just pushed through it, and I knew I was gonna be able to lock it out. It would just be slow, really slow. We'll call it double pause squats. It's a thing. Anyway, breaking it down to 5 sets of 3 pause squats, and I'm going beltless this time to really work on the core strength, which I think will help that sticking point that you saw me deal with. So, loving the new stance, learning new things, fixing and improving always. Feeling pretty good. Working sets with 345 paused. Really trying to focus on driving the knees open as I launch myself out of the hole instead of just flexing the ass and pushing my butt backwards like I want to. One thing that's really helping me mentally focus is when I squat now, I envision myself being on the platform. So I picture a ref being there in front of me. I picture prepping myself just to hit one single and one single only and go for all 3 white lights every single rep. And it really helps me push through it. I did that for my 435 grinder you saw right there. I knew that I was hitting a sticking point, but I knew it was just technique, and I thought, what would I do if this is the platform? I wouldn't stop, would I? So I pushed myself through it and locked it out. And that's what I'm doing even with these reps here. One thing with reps is I make sure I break parallel on them, but I don't focus on going to IPF depth every single rep when I'm doing reps. I don't necessarily recommend this because some people need to practice hitting depth on every single rep to get it down. But for me personally, depth isn't an issue, mobility is not an issue, and I have the strength to hit depth as well. So as long as I practice it and get it in on my heavy singles, that's all I really need. And then I go and give my knees and my hips a break by just hitting parallel when I do higher rep stuff, or just reps in general, especially when I'm doing pause reps. And for me, that just helps longevity in my hips and knees and whatnot. And it works, it gets the job done. If I find I'm having an issue hitting depth on my heavy singles, then obviously that's a sign that I need to step it up a little bit, but as of now, that's what I'm doing, and knock on wood, it works well for me.
A championship set.
Done. Just can't anymore, just can't. Just can't.
Finish him.
My goal one day is to become so great that this squat rack here will become like a Rhode Island tourist attraction for fitness heads everywhere. Needless to say, I have a lot of work to do, but I'm working. I hope all of you are dreaming just as big. The latest gift to Ocean State Health and Fitness Gym, making this place look more weightlifting improved every day. I like it.
That's it. And I'm the owner, Mike. Nice to meet you again, because Nick always plugs us. Just want to let you know that we're bringing some more stuff in. They're bringing some Atlas stones pretty soon. We got a log, an actual log that people are going to be doing their powerlifting with for strongman competitions. Sky's the limit here.
I love it.
Here you'll see it's we got a breath of fresh air in every aspect of exercise.
How much is the current membership right now?
Right, low side $12.99 a month, high side $24.99. That's just if you want classes, you get $24.99. If you just want to use everything else you see here that Nick always uses, $12.99.
I wasn't lying. I told you. I was not lying.
Cool.
Thanks, Mike. So that's a wrap for the main workout, guys. The accessory stuff was pretty light today since the main max effort movements were pretty damn intense. Hit 4 sets of 15 stiff leg sumo deadlifts, pausing right at the bottom before I touch the ground to get the tension on the muscles. This is amazing for working your glutes. My buns were on fire. It hits your hamstrings nicely, and it just helps you practice the overall locking out of your deadlift and your squat in general. So I'm going to show you over the next few weeks what I've been doing to incorporate bodybuilding training into my upper body days especially, and of course continue showing you what I'm doing to peak for this meet in 14 weeks. I can't.